Good evening, friends. Now, today I am giving you the explanation of such a popular story that is Dusk, written by Saki, that is H.H. Munro. It's a story about a Norman god spy who considered himself very cunning, very sharp minded. Let's see what the story tells us. Norman Cotsway considered dusk somewhat differently from others. To him, dusk was a time when losers in life, ashamed to face the world during the daytime, come out from concealment. These losers at dusk appear blurry, and in all probability will not be recognized by snoops. This stanza says that for Norman Godspy, dusk is the time when sun and moon meets, you may say, or you may say when moon starts rising and sun starts to set, that is the time of dusk. So dusk is the time, according to Norman, dusk is the time when losers in life come out. Means if you are feeling ashamed, if you don't want to face the world, then that time you come out, because the time is a little darker than the day. So people won't be able to see you properly, won't be able to see your outfit, won't be able to see your looks, won't be able to see your ultimate get up. So that is the perfect time for losers to come out and just walk across anywhere they want to. Sitting on a bench in Hyde Park on a March evening, Norman Godsway was looking at watted people walk here and there with tattered dresses and stooped shoulders. This means he was sitting in a park. Park name was Hyde Park, and it was the time of March evening. He was looking at the people. He was sitting in a bench. He was looking at the people who were walking here and there. Their dresses were not proper. They were torn or dirty. Somewhat the people were not wearing good outfits who were walking around during dusk. Near him sat an old man with a feeble, insolent air. Next to him, there is an old man who sat next to him, and he was looking very dull. Shortly, the old man left, and his place was taken by a young man. The old man was looking very low, very uninterested type of person, and so after some time, he just left. And then, in place of him, a young man came and sat there. The young man was seemingly in an awful sulk, and Godspy asked him the reason for his terrible temper. The young man was looking very angry. He was just murmuring with himself. He was just saying in his mouth something. The young man said that this regular hotel had been raised to make a place for cinema. The young man said to him, to Norman Godsway, that his regular hotel, means wherever he stays there, that regular hotel has been replaced to cinema, that has been renovated to cinema, that has been converted to cinema. He had to stay at an unfamiliar hotel. As he did not like the soap provided by the hotel, he went around the city searching for a store to buy soap. Means he had to go to some unknown hotel now, and there he did not like the soap provided by the hotel, so he went out for searching some good soap for him. He bought the soap, and to his dismay, he found that he had forgotten the name and address of his new hotel. Now, when he bought the soap, he realized that he had come pretty far away from his hotel, and he has forgotten the name of the hotel and the address also. Now, how would he go back? Fortunately, he had earlier written to his people the address of the hotel, and he was waiting to hear from them. But he he wrote the name, uh, address of the hotel to his people, to his known peoples. When he booked the hotel, when he went to the new hotel, he just gave that name to his known people, and now he just asked them, but they will reply pretty late. So he could get the address of the hotel from them, but his letter would reach them only the next day. But if he'll send them the letter also, because it's a pretty old story, so that time was of letters. So if you write the name of the address or send it to the known people and they would reply back, it will take almost a complete day. Since he left the hotel with only the money to buy some soap and a drink, he was forced to spend the night in the outdoors, as he had no associates in London. So when he left the hotel, he just took money for a soap and a drink. He carried just a little money so he could buy soap and a drink. And because of this, and as he had forgotten the name of his hotel, and he has come pretty far away, so he cannot afford any taxi or anything. Now it's almost impossible for him to search for the hotel, and he's left with no money. Godspell realized that the young man had told his strange story to make him loan some money. Godspell realized that young man had told this story to make him loan some money. Godspell realized, he felt that he's making some fake story to lend him some money. He just wants some money from Godspell, so he's just telling him a fake story which is untrue. When Godspell asked about the soap he had bought, the young man could not show him the soap and said that he might have lost it. So very cunningly, very sharply, Godspell got an idea just to check if his story is real or unreal. He asked him about the soap. As he told him he had already bought a soap, so he asked him, show me the soap which you had bought. But there was no soap. He started searching his pockets, he started searching underneath the bench, but he could not find the soap anywhere. The young man had to leave without getting any money. So Godspy got the idea that his story is fake, so he did not lend any money to him. And young man also realized that there is no scope of getting any money from this man, so better to leave from this place. So he just left away. Left alone again, Godspy deliberated the young man's soap story. Now he's sitting all alone on the bench, so he was just deliberating his story. He thought that the purchase of soap was the crucial detail to make the young man's story plausible. After a while, when Godspell was about to believe, he just realized that he told him the fake story and his money is safe now. After a while, when Godspell was about to leave, he found a newly bought package of soap on the ground. When he was about to leave, he just realized that there is something on the ground, and when he picked it up, he realized that it was a soap, newly bought package of soap. He reasoned that it might have come out of the young man's pocket as he sat down on the bench. Then he thought that it could be his only, the young man who has just left, it could be his soap, as when it might have fallen from his pocket. He hurried to find the young man. When he found the young man, he apologized for doubting him and gave him the soap as well as a small amount of money. Then he just rushed to find that young man because he was feeling guilty on his thinking. So he just ran away to find that young man, and he could be able to find that young man, and he just said sorry to him that I doubted your story, and gave him his soap as well as some money in lieu of helping him. Godspy also, he just wanted to help him with some money, so he just gave him some money. Godspy also gave him his card and his address so that the young man could return the money later. Along with the money, he gave him his address also, the visiting card also, so he could get his money back. He just wanted the young man to return his money, so just he gave him his address. While Godspy was returning home, he passed the bench he had been sitting. Now Godspy was about to go back to his home, and he was just passed across the same bench where he was sitting. He saw the old man who had earlier sat with him searching for something. Now he saw the very first old man, he was sitting next to him. This old man was searching for something here and there nearer to bench. When Godspy asked the old man what he was looking for, he told Godspy that he had lost a cake of soap and he was searching for it. So this is a pretty interesting story. He told him, the old man told Godspy that he's looking for a cake of soap which he had lost, and he's searching for the soap. So the soap was of that old man, not of that young man. So the young man was a cheater.